بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم أما بعد. So we're into section 2. We're discussing sentences, jumla. So in jumla, so recap the jumla. So jumla is called what? The sentence. Sentence is called al-jumla. And there's two types. Jumla ismiya and jumla fi'liya. Jumla ismiya is made up of what? Mubtada and the khabar. Mubtada is the thing you're talking about, and the khabar is the information. And the jumla fi'liya is what?
Is a sentence that begins with a
fa'il. Fa'il. So jumla ismiya starts with an ism, and jumla fi'liya starts with a fa'il. And jumla fi'liya starts with a fa'il, and it has what after it? Fa'il. And the rules regarding it is that this is marfu', and the mubtada is always going to be ma'rifah, the khabar is going to be nakira, marfu', and it must match in the other two aspects. And the fa'il must always be marfu'. Yeah? Okay? Today I want to discuss the object. What's the object? What's the object?
The thing that you're talking about.
Not the thing you're talking about.
No, sorry, that's the subject. The object is the bit that goes with the subject. Like the
goes with the subject, not description.
Action of the subject.
Yeah, the thing that happens on the subject. For example, we got a man, you got a ball. What's he doing?
He's kicking the ball.
What's kicking called? Fa'il.
Okay.
That's a verb. Who is this guy?
Person.
He's a fa'il.
He's the subject.
He's the subject, the fa'il, meaning the one doing the action.
Yeah.
Correct? And what's this?
The ball.
The ball.
The object.
The object. Because this is the object. This is called maf'ul. The thing the action is taking place on.
Right.
Okay? So, the action is called the fa'il. Like in our scenario, the kicking. And the person doing the action is called what?
The fa'il.
Fa'il. And then the person, the thing or the person upon which the action takes place is called what? Maf'ul. Which is called in English the object. Yeah? Make sense? Correct? So for example, give me another example. Let's say for example, let's say I wrote my homework. So what's the action in there? I wrote my homework. Wrote. The action of writing is a fa'il. Who's doing the action? I. And what is the writing taking? What is being written?
The homework.
The homework. So you have this. You have a subject, the person doing the action. Every sentence must have a subject.
Yeah.
And if it's a jumla fa'iliyah, it must have a fa'il. Not all sentences have an object. It may have an object, but it doesn't have to have an object. This is called jumla fa'ili. This is called a maf'ul. The object is called the maf'ul. Make sense? So you have a fa'il. So look at it now. You have the fa'il, which is the verb. Then you have a fa'il, which is now what?
The subject.
Subject, the person doing the fa'il. And now after this, there may be also a third person, a third item, a third element of the jumla, which is called the maf'ul. Okay? And this is the one upon whom the action is carried out. So in our example, the ball or the homework that is being kicked, that is being written. It's called the object or the maf'ul. Okay? Make sense? Now, how do you translate this? You've got three elements here. And obviously, understanding a language is not about translating words. It's about what? Understanding how it works. So you just want to say, oh, verb, example, kick, man, ball. That's just translation. That's just vocabulary. Yeah. That's not understanding and translating. So this is a formula we use. So in mubtada khabar, mubtada is khabar. That's a formula for translating a jumla ismiya. For translating jumla fi'liya, this is the formula you use. The fa'il did the fa'il to the maf'ul. The fa'il first, always. Because even in jumla ismiya, the fa'il will come first. The subject, not the fa'il, but the mubtada, the subject. So the fa'il did the verb. Who did he do it to? The maf'ul. And as I said, this is very important. As far as we go, this is a structure we will use. Keep this structure in mind. The fa'il did the fa'il to the maf'ul. So for example, how do you translate this? In our example, we had, so who's doing the kicking?
The man.
The man. Then what will come here? Kicked. That is the action. And then the ball. This is the structure we have in English. Now if you go back to jumla ismiya, even then you have the man is weak, the man is strong, the man will come first. That's why in English you can say, well, all English sentences kind of have a jumla ismiya. You don't really have a jumla fi'liya. Nothing starts with a fa'il in English. Everything starts with the subject. There's only one pattern throughout in English. Subject, then maybe the information or subject, and then the verb. But the subject must come first in English.
Right.
Okay? So this table we done before. And we discussed the mubtada and the khabar and how they have to match and what rules of this ma'rifah, nakira, mudhakkar, muannas, wahid, tasniya, jama' and i'rab apply to them.
Yeah.
Fa'il is, nothing will happen with fa'il because fa'il is not a noun. So it doesn't have definite, indefinite, it doesn't have mudhakkar, muannas, it doesn't have number or i'rab. So this will remain blank. And as far as the fa'il and maf'ul are concerned, the only thing you have to look at is i'rab. They can be ma'rifah, nakira, mudhakkar, muannas, wahid, tasniya, jama'. The only difference now is the fa'il is marfu'. The fa'il is what? Marfu'. And the maf'ul, the object is what? Mansoob. It's very important. This is how you differentiate between who's doing the subject, who's doing the action.
What does mansoob mean?
Has a nasab fatha.
Okay.
There's a fatha. In our example, there's fatha. Do you understand? So look at this example. Anzala Allah al-ma. So anzala means to send down. Lafzul jalala, we know what Allah means. And ma means, you know, al-ma, water. So now, is this jumla ismiya or jumla fi'liya?
Ismiya.
Why is it ismiya?
Fi'liya even.
Why is it fi'liya?
Because anzal is a
Fa'il. So anzal means to send down. So now, first of all, you have jumla fi'liya.
Yeah.
Now what we need to determine now, the three main parts of the sentence. What is the fa'il? What is the fa'il? What is the maf'ul? This is the fa'il. What is this?
Lafzul jalala.
Lafzul jalala. But in terms of a structure, grammatical structure, what is it becoming?
It's the fa'il.
It's a fa'il. What's a fa'il?
One who's doing the action.
Who's doing the action? Who's doing anzala? Who's doing the revealing and sending down? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. What is the anzala taking place upon? Al-ma. So how do we read the sentence? Anzala. Now anzala, anzalu, that's to do with sarf. So that's a sarf rule. So anzala is a sarf, it's anzala. You learn that in sarf. But once you got that done, what would you read on this one? Will it marfu, mansub, or majroor? What will this word be?
Marfu.
It will be marfu. Why is it going to be marfu?
Because it's the subject.
It's a subject, the fa'il. And the fa'il is marfu. So you say anzalallahu. And what will this word be? Marfu, mansub, or majroor?
It'll be maf'ul.
It's maf'ul. And how would you read it?
It's mansoob.
Mansub. Why is it mansub?
Because it's maf'ul.
Maf'ul, which is called in English what? What do you call a object? So how do you translate it now? Reveal Allah water?
No.
No, how do you translate it?
Allah sent down the water.
Allah sent water. Or Allah, the subject will always come first. Allah sent down water. Do you understand? Make sense? Next one. Khalaqallah Adam. Do the whole thing now. Is it jumla ismiya, jumla fi'liya?
Fa'liya.
Why is it jumla fi'liya?
The fa'il.
It starts with a fa'il.
Fa'il, fa'il, maf'ul.
Fa'il, fa'il, maf'ul. What does fa'il mean?
The person who did the action.
Who does or did the action. What's that called in Arabic?
Fa'il.
And in English?
Subject.
Subject. And what is this?
Maf'ul.
What does maf'ul mean?
The object.
The object. How do you explain the object?
The thing the action was done upon.
The thing the action was done upon. Very good. And what's what is this going to be? Marfu, mansub, or majroor?
Marfu.
And this is going to be mansub. So read it now.
Khalaqallahu Adama.
Adama. Khalaqallahu Adama. You got it?
Yep.
Do this one. Is it jumla ismiya or jumla fi'liya?
Jumla fi'liya.
Why is it jumla fi'liya?
It begins with a fa'il.
It begins with a fa'il. And then this is what? So this is fa'il, this is?
A fa'il.
And this is?
Maf'ul.
Maf'ul. What? And how would you translate it?
Ba'athallah.
Ba'atha means to send. And ghurab is a crow. This is all from Quranic words, so you get a bit of practice with it. So ba'atha is to send. So
Allah sent a crow.
why do you say Allah first? Why do you translate Allah first?
Because Allah is a fa'il.
So lafzul jalal is a fa'il, and you always translate the fa'il first. So even though it starts with ba'atha, you don't say sent. Don't start saying sent. People start like thinking, okay, ba'atha is the first one, let me start with that. Don't start with that. Look for the fa'il. Think, where's the fa'il? The fa'il is Allah, lafzul jalala. So you say Allah. Then you go to ghurab or you go to ba'atha?
Ba'atha.
Why?
Because Allah sent.
So the verb will come straight after the subject. So Allah sent.
And then the object will be the crow.
No, is it the or a? Because nakira.
A.
So it's indefinite. So you say a crow. Allah sent a crow. This is for you.
It's fi'liya.
Jumla fi'liya. How do you know jumla fi'liya?
Starts with a fa'il. It starts with the fi'l.
Starts with a fail.
Right.
Then what is this going to be?
That's the fa'il.
And this is going to be
The object.
object, which is called in Arabic. Too many new words. Maf'ul.
Maf'ul. That's the word.
So how do you read this?
So that would translate it as.
No, read the Arabic first. I want to know, is it anzala, anzalallahu, ha, he?
So it's Anzalallahu.
What, who? Why is it who?
Because it's the subject.
It's a subject, and the subject must be what?
Marfu.
Marfu, very good.
And then it's at-Tawrata.
At-Tawrata. Why is it ta?
Because it's mansub.
It's mansub. Why is it mansub?
Because it's the object.
Object. What's an object?
Sorry?
What's an object?
An object is the thing that the subject is doing the action on the object.
Yes, the subject does the action on the object. How do you translate this?
What does anzala mean?
To send down, reveal.
And at-Tawrat.
Tawrat, the Tawrat.
The Torah.
Yeah.
So Allah revealed the Torah.
Allah revealed the Torah. Translate this one. Read it to translate it. I'm not going to question you. You got the just now.
Anzalallahu al-Injil. Allah sent the Injil.
So Allah, subject first. Fa'il, Injil. Allah sent the Injil. Injil is the Bible. Next one.
Ba'athallahu anbiya. Allah
No, read it clearly.
Ba'athallahu
Ba'athallahu
al-anbiya.
al-anbiya'a. So translation.
Allah sent the messengers.
Allah sent the messengers. Let's go back now. So now we're doing the whole sentence, but we never forget you still have to analyze the individual. Let's analyze this word individually. Is it ism, fa'il, or harf?
This one is ism.
Ism. Why is it ism?
Because it's got alif lam.
It's got alif lam. What's the four aspects of ism? Ding. So definite, indefinite.
It's definite.
Why is it definite?
Because it's got alif lam.
It's got alif lam. In terms of i'rab,
Arab is got a fatha.
that's not i'rab. You say what is what?
Mansub.
Oh,
You say mansub.
That's it, mansub.
Okay, why is it mansub now? You can ask one more question now. Why is it mansub?
It's mansub because it's a maf'ul.
Maf'ul. So that number.
Number is plural.
What kind of plural? Salim or mukassar?
Mukassar plural.
Mukassar. What's the singular?
Singular is wahid.
Which is, what would it be? Singular of anbiya?
Nabi.
Nabiyun. And then gender?
Gender is masculine because there's no tamarbuta and the word is not as masculine.
The word is masculine. Good. Do you want to translate this one now? It's a bit of a trick one. Taraka is to leave. Walidan, parents. Walid means father. And walidan, the Arabs call something called taghlib. Like you can't have two fathers, but you have you call both of them parents. So you call it parents. Like for example, you have al-aswadan. Aswad means black. So when you talk about water and dates, water is clear and the dates are usually black, dark color. But you call both of them aswadan.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? There are a few other things like that as well.
You can call your mother and father as parents in English al-walidan.
Walidan, yes.
Okay.
Both of them. Parents. This walidan literally means two fathers, but it's mean here, parents.
Okay.
So, and amal means wealth. Wealth. So how to translate this now? How would you read this? Tarakal?
Tarakal walidanu. No.
Yeah. Right. You said walidanu, but because why were you saying walidanu?
Because it's the subject.
And it's supposed to be what?
Marfu.
Marfu. But as I said before, even yesterday, there are some words which the marfu, you don't say walidan, it's always walidani.
Yeah.
Why? That will come later on.
It just wouldn't make sense, I suppose.
It doesn't sound, there's a rule for it, but I don't want to get into that rule now, it's too complicated at this level. So, how do you translate this now?
What does taraka mean?
Leave.
So the parents.
The parents.
Left behind, I suppose.
Left behind wealth. So the parents left behind wealth.
Yeah.
So this is the fa'il, this is the fa'il, this is the maf'ul. Yep. Makes sense? So a recap. This is a recap now. So everything is here, but now we have one more new slot. The maf'ul is going to be mansoob. So we done jumla ismiya, we know jumla ismiya. We have jumla fi'liya. So fa'il, fa'il and maf'ul. Until we find this new thing here is maf'ul, which is in a state of mansoob. Now if you see here, these have marfu rules, ma'rifah rules, nakira rules, number, gender rules. These have no number, no gender, no ma'rifah, nakira rules. The only thing that governs these are what? I'rab. Yeah?
Is it because the fi'l will give us the number and the gender?
No, because the reason for this is, for example, even mubtada has no number and gender. It's up to you.
Oh.
Let's say, for example, what if I want to say one woman came, two women came, three women came, one man came, two men came, three men came. It's up to me what I want to say. Singular, plural, dual, masculine, feminine. So it can never be defined. The khabar is defined because it has to match the mubtada grammatically. And the i'rab has to be fixed because of, to understand what is becoming in a sentence.
Okay.
So you have to know, because if you have two words and there's nothing on them, how do you know who's the subject, who's the object? So the marfu will tell you, well, this is the subject, and the mansoob will tell you that this is the object. Yeah? Do you understand? Any questions?